We are learning more about the woman arrested yesterday in connection with the Buckeye Road shootings. 21-year-old Larissa Harris is charged with aggravated murder. 12-year-old Abdelbashidi of Parma was killed almost a week ago. 5 other teens were shot. And as we learn more about that violent crime, 2 15-year-olds with prior juvenile criminal histories were also locked up.
Danny Carlson joins us now with a different perspective, talking one-on-one with one of Cuyahoga County's juvenile judges about sentencing offenders in the juvenile justice system.
Yeah, that's right, guys. We actually sat down with current juvenile court justice Denise Rini, and she says it's important to note the juvenile justice system has a different purpose than the adult side. The goal is rehabilitation, not punishment, meaning not every kid who offends goes to jail, and Rini says she doesn't think they all should.
We want to always strike a balance, but to the people that say, oh, just lock them up, I would say that when they get out, we are going to be far worse off.
How do you know if you're making the right choice and you're doing the right thing?
I have a magic 8-ball. Now, I wish I knew 100%. I know when I don't see them again.
It's important to point out juvie court loses jurisdiction of kids when they turn 21, period.
Are we releasing someone that's going to contribute and then go on to raise a family, or releasing someone that's bitter and is going to commit more acts?
And in addition to the cost of locking up juveniles, there are community and societal concerns too. One study found that 70% of kids who are held in juvenile jail reoffend, and there's also the issue of what psychologists call peer deviancy training.
You could have a youth that's riding around in a car, it may be stolen, but if you put him in with the aggravated robbery youth, then you have more of they have more of an opportunity to bring that youth over to their side.
Which is why research and Rini point to the idea of treatment at home for kids who commit crimes, or treatment in a family setting rather than incarceration, in order to give kids the best chance.
I hope that when I release a youth to the community, that their family has them wrapped up enough that they're not going to go out at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and commit crimes. There's no guarantee, and all we can do is do what we think is best.
Now in Cuyahoga County specifically, juveniles are assessed to determine how much of a risk they are to society, or how much of a risk they are to not show up to court. Those kids with the worst crimes and most likelihood to disappear, we're told, those are the ones who are kept behind bars.
Well, it's good to hear what goes into a judge's decision, but what about the people who are victims to the crimes by a child?
Yeah, and you know what? And I've talked to victims of juvenile offenders who, I mean, their pain is real, their anger is real. They, especially if there is a history of this, they say, why wasn't this person locked up? So, I mean, it's a different perspective that we don't usually hear from. But again, the victims still feel like, hey, I was still victimized. Yeah. What gives? So it's definitely a complicated topic.
Sure.
All right, Danny, thank you.